Hey guys, SGT Nickel here again, and here we are. We're just over the Persian Gulf and Iraq and Kuwait and Saudi Arabia. And what we're looking for is right up here, an area called Samaria. It's one of the first places that basically civilization was found. There's a lot of information about it. You can look it up. There's a lot of what I call mythology about it. Don't know whether the information is true or not. I just leave it at that. It's interesting, and that's what it is. But what I found even more interesting was the fact that when the first war happened, you have this little area over here where they've now CG'd some temples and whatnot. But these are all old ruins. And when they first went into Iraq the second time, this is must have been around 2002 or 2003 when I was looking at this, and I noticed that there was a whole bunch of military vehicles all set up here in tents. So they had a huge U.S. military compound or base set up within this region. And I was like wondering, why the hell are they taking up the ruins? Well, I've now come to the conclusion that these wars that's going on in the whole Middle East, I'm talking about Syria, I'm talking about this whole zone, this whole fucking area is basically an area that the states want to get their hands on. They want all the religious sites, and they want the oil. That's what I've come to the conclusion of. It's not just one thing, it's a whole bunch of things. Afghanistan had nothing to do with bin Laden. I'll show you something in a minute. But, I mean, Osama bin Laden was, the whole pipeline, it was all to bring a pipeline through Afghanistan. It had nothing really to do with bin Laden. He was just a side mission put out to please us, the public. And their real deal was that they were in there to displace farmers and put a pipeline through. So that's the true story of Afghanistan for you. And Iraq and all these other things, it's all about oil. Always about the oil. And then you've got places like Sumer and then Israel. You've got a whole bunch of places there. They're trying to get Mecca and some of those other places. So anyway, just wanted to sort of open your mind to that and not necessarily believe everything the news is telling you, because quite frankly, I found the news to be more full of shit than ever. They'll just say whatever anyone pays them to say. So, yeah, I don't know. That's just my opinion. So here we go. We're going to go up to Osama bin Laden's hideout right here. And I want to show you something. Here we go. Right here in Pakistan. This is the compound that a six-man SEAL team apparently came and took over with a helicopter. They crashed it, which I believe was over here, and they infiltrated it and killed pretty much most of the people. According to the movie Zero Dark 30, which was a good movie, I give it that, but that's all it was a movie. It was acting, and it was all propagandic bullshit as far as the hunt for bin Laden goes, in my opinion. The reasons I say that is because, well, first of all, I know the real reason for the Afghanistan invasion had nothing to do with the family of the bin Ladens or Osama. And the other thing is you tell me this. I don't care whether the helicopter was stealth or not. You crash a helicopter in a courtyard, you're going to wake people up. I don't care what time it is. And you've got a bunch of armed insurgents. They're not just going to wait for you to come up and clear them out. They would attack you with all force they had, and you would be dead. You're 6 men against, I don't know, a whole compound. You would be dead. Okay? I don't care how well trained you are. The only reason that they could have done it was because they were stealthy. And with crashing a helicopter, they would have blown their cover, and the whole mission would have been completely botched. So I don't buy it. And the other suspicious thing is these so-called six six-man SEAL team, every single member who portrayed on this mission is no longer alive. And I think that's very fishy. So I'm not usually in on the conspiracy theories, but I do think that there is something going on here. I know that the American government are not what they make out to be. Obama is just a puppet, but he is backed by some very evil motherfuckers. And these people want global domination. They want to take all religious sites. They want to take over the food. They want to take over the water. And they want to take all resources. So, just letting you guys know about that. I know most of the people I'm talking to are already aware of this. But I know that there's a lot of people who still have their head in the sand about it. They just refuse to see it. And this is a reality. This is what's going on. I know a lot of soldiers. I mean, all the soldiers I know who come back are basically fucked right up. Okay, they're pissed off, and or they've got PTSD and a whole bunch of issues there. We don't treat our soldiers right. That's my complaint about the U.S. and Canada. Our soldiers are nowhere near given the gratitude that they deserve. But however, I'm not for this war. I'm very against it. It's the whole reason I pulled out of the military is because I was in it for protecting my country, not invading others. So that's what this is all about. It's an invasion. It's about taking over the Middle East, getting their resources, getting more oil for North America, because we don't want to fuck up our countries. We'd rather fuck up other countries and take their oil while we can have our beautiful parks and things like that. And the areas that we have fucked up, holy shit, have we fucked them up. Go take a look in Alberta, people. Go look at the tar sands. Go see what's going on there. So, yeah, that's just my little thing. I don't think that this ever even took place. I don't think Bin Laden was killed, or if he was, it did not go down the way that they're saying it did. Yeah, and I don't know much about the relations with Pakistan and anything. I'm sure there's issues there. So, yeah, whatever's going on, this is really fishy. Thought I'd share. And, yeah, man, just wanted to show sort of how fucked up things are getting with what we're letting our governments do. And I mean, it's one thing letting the governments do it, but in reality, the governments speak for us, and by letting them do what they're doing, we are letting them speak for us, and it's giving these people a very bad image of us. And these people are not happy. They're going to get, like, you wonder why there's terrorism. Well, first of all, the terrorism that we have is all homemade. It's not anything to do with these people. These people did not do 9/11, okay? It was inside job to create this war. It was all false flagged. False flags are real. Yes, these people are capable of it. They are above the law. They aren't, but they think they are, and nobody's doing anything about it because everyone thinks they have all the power in the world, when the reality is we have the power, not them. It's up to us to say no. It's up to us to stop them. And if they don't listen, we have to take responsibility and make them listen. And if that means a civil war, then by George, it's got to happen. I'm not for war at all, but when it comes to protecting my country, and by protecting my country, letting our government create enemies to us, is a way I'm going to protect my country, is to stop that. Because the best thing to do is prevent instead of waiting for it to happen. We can prevent this from happening. All we have to do is stand up and say no. So, anyway, that's my rant. That's really all I can go into detail about. And I hope this really sort of gives a bit of a push to some of these people who are just sitting. We gotta do something.